Hey guys, Andrew Baxter here, and very, very excited to be joining you today as I'm here in Canberra to present our annual Trader of the Year Award. Over the years, meeting our clients and recognizing their success is such an important part of what we do here at Australian Investment Education, and this year's recipients, extremely deserving couple. Oftentimes when we talk about retirement, we talk about when we get older and retire. Retirement isn't about age, it's about income, and this is a classic example of a couple that made a decision early to commit and take care of their finances. And by golly, they've done that, as you'll hear in this interview. Very, very humbling when we get to sit down and share people's story with you to see where they're at, how they got there, and more importantly, how they push through some of the excuses that stop other people enjoying the same level of success. You are going to love this interview. I'll see you in just a moment. I guess in the first instance, great pleasure to be here in Canberra today. Can tell you guys are local. I had to put some woolies on to catch up and present our Australian Investment Education 2023 Trader of the Year Awards to fantastic recipients, Stuart and Jill Gareth. Very well done, guys, and richly deserved, I have to say. So congratulations.
Thank you.
So for the calendar year, about 12% gain, which compares to 8%, I think, out of the Aussie market.
Yep.
But you can't live on percentages. So $260,000+ bank profit in the 12 months. How are you feeling about that?
Yeah, it was very nice. It's always good to have a positive year, and it certainly helps when you're in retirement and to fund a lifestyle that you aspire towards. And we certainly have a very pleasant time travelling and enjoying ourselves.
If I can ask you a probing question, because so many people are worried about retirement because they feel, am I going to be able to maintain the lifestyle that I could barely hold on to when I'm working? So $513,000 of profit in 5 months. How does that compare to what your salary was when you were working?
I think it eclipses it several times.
So if multiples over, what?
Absolutely.
2, 3, 4, 5 times?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're doing quite comfortably, and we enjoy spending the profits from our investing. Yeah, it's worked out very well for us.
Well, if we look at the numbers for a minute again, now, according to CanStar, I think 81% of managed funds fail to outperform the market. So your calendar year, 12% up versus a market that's up 8%. Santarelli, you're up 38% versus a market that's up 26%. If we look at the year to date, you're up 25% versus a market that's only up 4%.
Yes.
And noting that most managed funds can't even keep up with the market, again, it reinforces why we're sitting here having this conversation today with our Traders of the Year, because you have taken control. And not only have you taken control, and it's interesting you say it can be a little intimidating when you start.
Absolutely.
But once you've got your process laid in, it's a question of just doing more of the same.
It is. Yes.
What would you say to someone that was thinking about doing it themselves? Something you'd encourage?
Absolutely. Absolutely encourage it. I think I'd certainly recommend that they do a lot of reading beforehand, a lot of research, looking around, looking for companies that can help them. But I think it's certainly worth putting their toe in the water, doing it in a controlled manner, in a controlled way, and then going for it once they can see how it's working and see the rewards that they can achieve. Now, it is good because, it allows us to do, now we can do what we want to do, when we want to do it, and in the style in which we'd like to do it.
Yes.
And we do a lot of it, and we certainly enjoy it. Well, that's right. And I spend considerable time reviewing, looking at strategies, modelling, testing out new ideas, new concepts, reading into them, researching these things. That far outweighs the amount of time that we spend looking at shares per se.
Okay, so if we take today as an example, it's fresh of mind because it's just today. How much time do you reckon that you guys have spent looking at the market for trades today?
Well, we looked at the market before we came here, and I record all the various steps that I do so that I can see which ones can be cut down or which ones are more time consuming. And the total time from starting to identifying the shares, the prices which we get prepared to pay, the reason we were going to buy the shares, how many we're going to buy, writing the orders up in a journal, which I then give to Jill. That was 11 minutes.
11 minutes. Okay, so people wave the flag of being too busy as an excuse rather than a reason. So 11 minutes today, and if we go back to your part-time income, if we can call 11 minutes of work a day part-time, of over $250,000 a year, reasonable hourly rate.
It's pretty impressive.
Let's talk about this from a lifestyle perspective, because I know you guys, and we'll get on to travel and trading are two things, and great food are three things we certainly have in common. Tell me a bit about lifestyle, because I know you guys travel a lot, maybe 4 or 5 months of the year. You try and get yourself out about doing stuff. Would that be right?
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Yep. Absolutely. Different country every time, hopefully. That's the plan, because we're up to 75 at the moment.
A few more to do yet.
There's another 9 happening very soon.
That's tremendously exciting. Where do you think the funnest or the most... Tell me about a couple of cool places you've placed trades.
Gosh. Mongolia, in the Gobi Desert.
Wow.
Yes. Wow. I mean, if there's internet there, we do it anywhere. Last year, on the Southern Ocean, going across to Antarctica and to South Georgia in following Shackleton's expedition voyage. And the waves. It was
waves in the market or waves on the boat?
Waves. Well, both, really. I suppose the market was going up and down then too, as like the boat was. But it was fun. I mean, Stuart gets on the internet, and then I still get there and do my trades and things like that. So Mongolia, Antarctica. I mean, even in Africa, in Kenya and Tanzania, in the Serengeti, in there. Wow. And
Tents.
In a tent.
In a tent at the Serengeti.
With the lions roaring outside, and there was no fence. That was a little... That was scary.
Interesting. You've been with us now, as I said earlier, just coming up for 5 years. Mm. How would you rate the support, the education, the services that we offer as an organisation?
Second to none. I mean, I say that with all sincerity. The training course, the initial training course we did before we went up to the Gold Coast, Jill and I, to do the course there with you. The material was as good as any training material I've ever done. I've done lots of courses. The ongoing support, the daily market updates, the weekly classrooms, the look ahead, the podcasts, they're great. Really, really good. I follow them religiously.
What would you say to someone that's sort of sitting on the fence looking perhaps at what we do, thinking, is this for us, or should we not take advantage of this opportunity?
If they're looking to get into it, I'd suggest that they have an absolutely thorough look at what you offer, because the training material, as I was saying before, it's there's no leaps of faith. It's very easy to understand. It's very clear. It's very thorough. It's step by step. Join the dots. There's no, and then the magic occurs moments in the training material. I was very, very impressed. So I would say absolutely give AIE a look at.